Don't forget, it is Monday, September 14th, 2020. This is the Ambassador Training Call. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about goal setting. What we're about to go into in the last quarter of the year, we are currently in the last quarter of the year, is the most important piece. This is the busiest season for every single person on this call because we're all in health and wellness in some form or facet. This is the most busy season of the year because people are working to make transformations and changes. And as we've gone through COVID, there has never been a time in history where people have taken their health so seriously. We are facing some of the biggest crisis in our country with diabetes, being overweight, heart disease, cancer, COVID, all of the things. And so people are looking for solutions that make them feel good, that make them feel energetic, that boost their immune system. There are so many tools and resources to provide to people right now. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about goal setting and how to goal set effectively so that not only are you serving people, but you're meeting your goals along the way. One of the most frustrating things about running a business and asking for help is when you don't do the income producing activities that yield the profit. So you feel like you're wasting your money, you feel like you're wasting your time, you're getting help, but then you're still not making money, so you're spending money and you're putting yourself in a bigger hole. I'm speaking to myself because I've done it for the last 5 years. This is the first year that I have been profitable in my business and have paid for help. So if that makes any sense to you, I know what most of you are walking through because I have been there. I know the thoughts about how to do all of the things. Yesterday, I posted in the Live Your Legacy group about, millionaires and billionaires create multiple streams of income. Well, how do you create multiple successful streams of income if you can't even make one stream of income profitable as you're building and as you're raising kids and all of these things? All of those are great questions. And it all starts with the beliefs that you have and the goals that you have set. If your goals are not crystal clear, the vision is not clear to you, it doesn't matter how much energy or how much action you're doing, it's going to be sporadic and it's not going to come together. And it's going to be like throwing spaghetti at a wall trying to get it to stick. It's frustrating. It's heartbreaking. It's overwhelming. It makes you feel like maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I'm not meant to do this. Maybe I should just give up and get a normal job or do something different because everybody else is doing this and it seems to be working for them. Well, everybody else is lying on social media. Okay, we're all dealing with the same struggle. So it's not just you. I'm like super ghostly white. So here we go. So today we're going to talk about goal setting. And I want you to truly take the time to do this. I know, Rachel, you're driving right now, so this is probably not going to be a great plan for you. But one of the things that we're going to talk about is setting goals for personal growth. Personal growth. If you're not growing in your business, then you will not, or you're not growing personally, you will not grow in your business because your business will grow at the rate that you're growing at. If you're not growing your belief, if you're not growing your emotional stamina, if you're not growing your mindset, those are the most important things to overcome what it is that we struggle with because it all starts in here. It all starts in here and then it forms in here and then it comes in an outpouring of what you put into the world. And so understanding what you want to achieve and how it's going to feel. One of the things that I did whenever I started working with Isagenix was I took $500 and I invested in Rachel Hollis's training and I about crapped my pants because that was the most money I had spent on coaching at the time. And then I started working with Sheridan. So funny. But I took her vision casting course. And one of the things that we did was we took 20 minutes and we sat with our pen and our paper. So I hope that you have pen and paper. And she turned on some music and we vividly walked through what we wanted to achieve, some of the things we wanted to see in our lives. And one of the things that I was so overwhelmed with was the fact that I wasn't making enough. Do we get stuck in the enough pattern? It's not enough. I don't have enough time. There's not enough of me to go around. There's not enough money coming in. I'm not giving enough to my children or to my spouse. I'm not bringing in enough clients. Enough is a struggle that we face because we don't believe that what we are doing is good enough. We don't believe that it is what we have is enough. We don't believe that about ourselves. We don't believe that about our business. We don't believe that about what we're giving to everyone else. And so we walked through that, and she said, you know, if you could have a couple of things in your life be super solid, what would those things be? And I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Money has never mattered to me. I wasn't born with it. I probably will not leave this earth with tons of it. But if God decides to bless me with it, I will use it for the good of other people. I'm an extremely servant-hearted person. I desire to have enough money, have a lot of money, so that I can give it back however I want to, and I don't have to consult with my husband who's like, stop giving away all of our income. Stop giving people all of our money. I want to be able to give how I want to. I want to be able to lavishly gift people and to bless people's lives. That's why I want to make money. And when I think about that, when I really think about how that would feel after I achieve it, it feels like joy. It feels like my cup is overflowing. It feels like being able to not have to consult my bank account before writing a $100,000 check. It feels like being able to give to the organizations and the foundations and start really building the kind of community that I want to build. That takes money, but it takes a bigger vision. And so I had to ask myself, what is it that you desire most? I desire for my husband to have choices. I desire for my children to be raised in a home where we believe in the things that God has put in our heart. We believe, and I'm a very faith-based person, so if that offends you, I'm so sorry. But we believe in going where we're called, where there's not limitations on us unless we put those limitations on ourselves. We as a family get to take vacations and get to, you know, go do mission work, go be bold. I get to say yes to more speaking and writing and teaching opportunities because we now have financial freedom. We have time freedom. I get to choose my schedule and I'm not bound by any other limits besides what I choose to say yes to. That's my ideal life. That's not what my life looks like right now. We are very much, and this is the difference between reality and vision. Very much right now, we are facing a battle of what's going to happen after November. Are we going to be stranded and I'm going to have to really start kicking ass in business because I'm having to replace an income? Or, you know, what's going to happen? We're in limbo because we rely on my husband's income. But if I took the bold steps in this last quarter to really put the pedal to the metal, to make more connections, to boldly invite people to what I do, to bring on more clients, to coach more people into success, to spread the message of legacy where we're growing our ambassadors by 20 more ambassadors before the end of the year, where we're spreading the message of what we do and how we serve women in business all over the United States. I wear a lot of hats. And so when I think about that, it's overwhelming. It's like, how am I going to do that? The idea of success scares me because what does that mean for my family life? What does that mean for my personal life? Am I ever going to sleep? Maybe I feel like that. You're like, oh, when am I ever going to sleep? If I say yes to all of these things. So today we're going to play a little bit of music and I want you to get pen and paper. I know this is hard to do if you have distractions, but I really want you to try to do this. And I want you to think about if your life was exactly the way that you wanted it to be, what would your morning routine look like? What would your every single day look like? When you're working in your joy, what does that look like? What are you doing? Who are you talking to? What kind of situations are you getting to say yes to? Are you coaching? Are you speaking? Are you writing? Are you leading, women? Are you moving forward into joy work? What does that look like for you? What kind of income are you bringing in? Are you bringing in $100 a week, $100,000 a week? Are you bringing in, people who see the vision and who are helping you build what it is that you desire to do? Are you having date nights with your husband? God, I can't wait for date nights. I cannot wait till we have consistent date nights again, What's your relationship like with your children? I know everybody on this call has children. What's your relationship like with your children? Do you have an open relationship? Are you the patient, kind mama that you want to be? Are you pouring life into them and belief into them? Are you praying over them? Are you speaking affirmations over them? What does motherhood look like for you? What about your community obligations? What kind of things are you allowed to say yes to because you have time freedom? What does that look like for you? Are you joining local boards or, starting, building a nonprofit? Are you, helping women in your community? Are you Is your business, does it have a storefront? Is it all online? Are you having local gatherings regularly where you get to take tools and resources and pour into women? Are you going on vacation? Vacation seems kind of like ideal right now because of the world, but are you going on vacation? Do you get to say yes to a lavish vacation last minute? Because there are no time bound there. You're not bound by time. You're not bound by finances. You get to, plan for that anniversary trip and then actually get to go because the finances are there. Because I know I've planned an anniversary trip for the last 7 years and we have never been on one. Do you wake up in the morning excited about what you get to do? Do you get to say yes to going to have lunch with your kids or going to have lunch with a friend or, getting some help around the house? Having a housekeeper would mean everything for you because let's be honest, nobody likes doing laundry. If you like doing laundry, I need to hire you. I need someone to come do my laundry. I have 8 piles right now. Let me find some music. Hold on. Hold that thought. Okay. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but this is my favorite song ever. So at your peak state, I want you to think about what is the pinnacle of your career? What is the pinnacle of your life? Are you walking across a stage somewhere to accept some kind of certificate or some kind of reward? Are you being awarded for being a kind-hearted servant? Is it allowing your spouse to walk away from their job because you have financial freedom? Is it being able to write a large check? What does it look like if you are living your ideal life?
Be the one who thinks outside the numbers. Like a child who is lost in wonder. I don't want to lose it. I'm breathing in. It's your change every day. Can you feel it now? You can feel me. It's your change every day. I know I'm gonna do it. Believe it. No more waiting. I'll take it. A chance. This could change every day. Let it begin. You can feel it coming like a flood. Wash over us, wash over us. Let the future we've been dreaming of wash over us, wash over us. You can feel it coming like a flood. Wash over us, wash over us. Let the future we've been dreaming of wash over us. This could change everything. Oh, this could change everything. Oh, this could change everything. Can you feel it now? Something different. Oh, this could change everything. I know it's gonna be great. No more waiting, I'm taking a chance. This could change everything. Let it be.
Okay, how do you feel? You feel good? You feel good? This always makes me a little like, oh gosh, I should be doing something different. But I want to challenge you to think about as you step into that next level, best feeling of who you are and who you're designed to be and where you're. I'm giving myself chills. Stop it. What does that feel like for you? And I want you to really think about it in your mind. What does it feel like? So my dream was to retire my husband from the oil field, to watch his truck that we bought together right before we got married be sold to a young welder and ride off in the sunset, and I could smell the diesel fumes and I could smell the awful air freshener that he's always had in his truck, and I could smell it and I could feel it, and it was just this overwhelming emotion of we did it, we got to that point. I had that vision 5 years ago and it's still not come to fruition. And some days I ask, oh, what am I doing wrong? But I have to remember along the way, I've had children. I've moved like 9 times. 2 of the most stressful things you can have in your life happening. I have built businesses and I've said goodbye to companies and I've walked into new spaces and I've up-leveled and I've allowed myself to grow and I've experienced progress. Progress is not perfection. It's not bound by any date or time. It's not a destination. It's a journey. And I know that's the cheesiest thing. We hear it all the time. It's a journey, progress. And you're like, okay, but where's my progress? But I want you to think about when you started planning to make changes in your life, where were you? Celebrate how far you have come. Celebrate the fact that we've been raising babies and businesses. We've been juggling more hats than most people will in their entire life. We said yes to an opportunity that we're not even really sure about. What is an ambassador? What am I supposed to be doing? I'm hosting local meetups. Oh my gosh, one more thing on my plate. I speak this from experience because I feel this to my core. I have never been more overwhelmed in my life than I have this year. I have never juggled more things than I have this year. But by God's grace, we are still here. And we have 4 months, 3.5 months left of this year to absolutely revolutionize the way that we are doing things. We have the opportunity to say yes to our vision and to let go of the things that are holding us back. You have to choose, though. You have to choose your vision over what other people expect from you. You have to choose walking in your mission over following someone else's lead. It's not easy. I walked out on a team last year, because I didn't fit the mold, and I built my own team. And it is the most beautiful thing. I was offered this opportunity to lead this team of incredible women from different businesses. And it's a blessing. I've stepped into the head of sales for the agency and I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's such a blessing because every time I get on the phone and I hear some other woman speak about her business and how passionate she is and how driven she is, I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I was always meant to do. And all of the things that I have prayed for are coming to fruition. Didn't happen when I thought it should. Doesn't look the way I thought it would. It's a little bit more work than I planned for. There's a lot more juggling of things than I was prepared for. But it's happening, and I'm still here, and it's another day. And so I really want you ladies to dig into this. I really want you to start pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Stop staying comfortable. Stop allowing the BS of your day to rule whether or not you show up in your business, whether or not you are 100% in control of where you're going. Because I know what that feels like. I had a week like that last week where it was just downward spiral after downward spiral after downward spiral because I couldn't control certain things in my life. And there were tragic events that happened. And then I woke up and I was like, you know what? I have another day. It's another day. It's a Monday. It's a fresh week. I get to choose how I live out this week. I get to choose how I live out this day. I get to choose how I live the next moments of my life. And I will not be just another person here on this earth taking up oxygen, putting negativity out into the world, because Lord knows we have enough of that. I will be a bold, determined, audaciously gracious person who serves and who serves big. And I don't back down from goals. And I step into the spaces that have been open to me. And I do it with just crazy amounts of grace and boldness. I wrote 3 words down: growth, joy, and bold. If your vision had a word of what it is, what does it look like? What does it look like? For the next 3.5 months of this year, I want you to be so vividly clear on what it looks like. If you are living your best life, if you're saying yes to all the things you know you should be saying yes to, if you are moving in the direction that you are called to move in your business and in your life, what does that look like? Get so clear, because no amount of action or energy can make up for a muddy vision. If your vision is not clear, it doesn't matter what you're doing, because it's not going to be in alignment with where you're going. Does that make sense? And again, it's like throwing crap at the wall trying to make it stick. And then put an income goal on it. Income does not drive you. You may not be one of the people who needs titles or success. I don't need those things to do my job, because I know it's the job I'm here to do. But like I said before, financial gain allows me to say yes to more things. It allows me to give whatever I want whenever I want. It allows me to be free of debt so that no one can say that I owe them anything, so that I am fully in control of those things. What does that look like for you financially? Are you out of debt? Are you paying off a credit card? Are you paying off 3 credit cards? Are you putting $5,000 in savings? Be very specific. What are you earning? What are you saving? What are you paying off? What are you investing in? Next week, we'll talk a little bit about how I run budgeting. And I know that doesn't sound like super fun, but I promise you it will change the way that you do business, because you will know the numbers that you need to know. And then lastly, do a materialistic vision. Everybody's like, oh, I don't need materialistic things. Materialistic things are fun. Okay, I want to go through, I always say this, my vision is to be able to walk into Target, be as basic as I want to, drink my coffee and throw $100 items in my cart, and feel no shame. Or to get lost in the, I could be lost in Target for hours. Or go into Costco and spend $400 and it not matter because it's Costco and I need to buy everything that I don't need. Whatever your materialistic vision is, maybe it's a really nice purse. One of my friends wants a Louis Vuitton. I say I carry a Louis Vuitton. I carry a fake one. My sister is the queen of fake Louis Vuittons. But maybe it's a nice purse. Maybe it's a nice set of earrings or a new ring or a new pair of running shoes. I mean, that's not super expensive, but maybe it's a new car. Maybe you want to be able to afford a new car, a reliable car, something that you want to drive that your husband didn't pick out. Maybe it's, being able to take your family on a lavish vacation, or, go on a vacation by yourself, sleep in a hotel for 3 days with no interruption. Can I get an amen? Maybe it's to hire a regular babysitter. Those things matter, because those things get you excited about achieving your goals. And make it something that you would actually want. Maybe it's to get your eyelashes done. I really want to get mine done, but I'm afraid she's going to be like, you don't have enough eyelashes. Maybe it's a new pair of AirPods. Maybe it's being able to reward your team. Maybe it's being able to go on an unlimited shopping trip, because when's the last time you went shopping for yourself? It's been a while. What are the things? Maybe it's furnishing a brand new office, or a new filing system, or, buying some Joanna Gaines decor or something. I don't know what it is, but make it materialistic, something that you desire, that if you sat in it every day, you would be like, oh, feels so good, because you know what? I worked really hard for this and I deserve it. Sitting in my white leather chair that my 2-year-old, now 3-year-old, took a blue permanent marker to. This is a $300 chair. This was my thing. And she destroyed it, but we won't go there. What is it for you? What is it for you? And then lastly, this is the very most important part of this whole thing. You get your vision, you have your rewards. Who's your accountability? Oh, I got chills. Accountability is life, y'all. I preach about it everywhere. Accountability is life. Who's your accountability? Who's the person in your life that you're going to be so honest with? They're going to be like, I don't know if you can do that, but let's go for it. Who is that person in your life that is going to hold your rear end to the fire when you're like, oh, life is so hard. Oh, I can't do it. We're all there. We all have those days. We all have those days. I don't feel like working today. I want to check in on my business. I'm there too, trust me. But who is that person for you? Write their name down. And then I want you to write all of this down, and I want you to send them a picture and say, I'm doing it. Freaking going for it. I need you to check in on me. I need you to ask me if I'm holding myself accountable. You want to be really bold? Put it out on social media. I did this 2 years ago, and I wanted to throw up when I read it, when it showed up in my memories. I was like, oh, why did I set those goals? Those were so bad. But I wanted to hold myself accountable. And every year I put that out there. There's one memory that comes back specifically, and it's of my husband standing next to this pond of this 50 acres that we almost bought in East Texas. And it's gorgeous. And he just looks so happy. And there's like this cute little, like, whatever it is, like trellis looking thing next to him. And I'm like, this is my dream vision, to wake up every morning and get to have coffee with him, to sit on our balcony in our bedroom and like watch the sunrise and to talk about life, and then get our girls ready for school, and then to go into our day where I'm leading and speaking and teaching and empowering women to live their best life. And my She Believe brand community and business is booming, and I'm bringing in income that allows me to bless women who are trying to start businesses and go back to school, and single mothers, and funding the things that I care about. And at the end of every day, I get to lay down and I get to be so grateful for the life that I have and the life that I've created, because I was focused and intentional and disciplined enough. And I have one friend that I share that audaciously with, because she doesn't laugh at me. And she says, you know what, Katie, if you feel like that's your purpose, it's going to come to fruition. We just have to remind ourselves when we're having hard days while we're doing it. So this has been a very long call, I understand. And not normal, like to what we normally do. But I feel like we have lost the hunger for what we do because we're stuck in the mundane. We are going through the motions. We are just surviving this season of life, waiting for 2021. Well, no one expected 2020 to look like this. So prepare yourselves. It could get worse. But what do we do in the meantime? We find ourselves some badass accountability. We show up for our vision. We show up for our goals, we put some energy behind it, and then we get into action. And the only way that you will do that is someone else knows what you're doing and why. If they don't, I guarantee in a month, you will fall off the wagon. In a month, you will stop showing up for your goals. In a month, something will happen and you will shrink back. There will be a life situation that causes you to say, I'm not good enough for this. I'm not worthy for this change. I don't deserve to invest this in myself or my business, because you know what? I'm not bringing in that much profit. Am I speaking to anyone? I know I am. I know I'm speaking to all of you. So this is the last quarter of the year. You get to decide how it turns out. And I really hope and pray that you do. I hope that you look at this call and look at this goal setting and this vision casting as exactly what you needed to propel you into the last couple of months of this year, to get so crystal clear on how you're moving forward. Take this goal, and I want you to break it down by week or by month. If you want to achieve this by the end of the year, every month, this is what you need to accomplish. And then break that down and say, okay, I only have this many weeks left of this year. What does that look like every year, or every month, or week? Sorry, good Lord. Every week. And then I want you to ask yourself, how many connections do I need to be making? How many people do I need to be talking to? What kind of content do I need to be putting out to draw people closer to these things? How many phone calls do I need to have? How many lives do I need to do in that time? One of the things that Sheridan and I talked about this weekend, our whole agency team talked about the fact that most of the people who are with us don't have a strategy because they don't know what strategy looks like. They don't know what they should be doing to experience growth. You don't have a marketing plan for growing your business. You don't get that whenever you decide to start a business, just saying. But that's one of the things that we lack most. What should we be asking for and help? What kind of things should we be delegating? What kind of things do we need to have a successful launch and a successful growth plan? Do y'all know that? I didn't know these things. I had no idea there needed to be a marketing plan put together so that I could effectively execute. But once you have your vision, then it's about creating a marketing plan, which I'm going to send you guys in Messenger, the one that Sheridan gave me, and we can use it for the rest of the year. And when we achieve these things, when we do them, I want us to let each other know. Let's celebrate each other. Let's celebrate the growth that we're having. Let's celebrate the breakthroughs that we're having. Let's celebrate the things that we're doing that are moving us forward. But it's strategic. So once you break it down into week, then you have to say, okay, every single day, this is what I have to hold myself to. That means I need to do 20 reach outs a day. I need to follow up with, 5 clients that never became clients. I need to go back into my email list and I need to figure out how to talk to these people. Who am I talking to? What are we talking about? What am I trying to get them to experience? Am I asking for the sale on social media? That all starts with vision. That all starts with knowing what you want to achieve. And so the end result will be the goal that you've set for yourself, the vision that you've set for yourself, stepping into that and being like, holy crap, I actually did it. It's the best feeling in the entire world. But I hope this helped a little bit. I hope it motivated you this week. I hope that it encourages you to get out of your own head, get out of your own way, stop saying no to the things that would truly change your life and just freaking go for it. One of the things I posted last night was, you are on someone's dream team list. You are the person someone wants to recruit. The things that you're doing, someone else sees as inspiring and it motivates them to make a change in their life. And you will never know this because they will never tell you unless you reach out to them. That is the biggest blessing of what I do on social media, is getting those messages after I say, hey, thank you so much for supporting my page for so long and supporting my post. It means the world to me. How can I bless you? And I had one woman that said, I have never bought a single thing from you, but I pull up your name every single morning. I watch your stories. I've watched your kids grow over the last couple of years. I've watched you excel in business, and I just see so much light in you. And I'm so thankful that I have you in my newsfeed. Those are the best messages. And I didn't sell a single thing. But now that conversation is open, and I can say, I would love to work with you. I would be honored, absolutely honored to serve you. So think about that. You're on someone's chicken list. You are the person that someone wants to message, but they're like, oh, she's got too much going on. She wouldn't say yes to me. She's too busy. That's how most people start their messages. I know you're so busy, so you don't have to respond to this. I'm like, I'm never too busy for that. But think about that. It's a lot to process today, but think about that. The next time you decide to hold back from sharing or from offering someone your sale, remember that you could be on that person's chicken list. And you may be doing them a huge service by asking them to work with you, by asking them to share your vision, by asking if you can share your opportunity with them. If you could pour into their life. Last thing, on your social media, add value, add value, add value, ask for a sale. Add value about the things that you care about. People care about the things that you care about them because you care about them. Add value. The top 5 things that you care about in your life that you could talk about without hesitation. What have you walked through that has given you a testimony to share with other people, or that has provided you tools of learning and lessons that you have learned that have blessed your life? 5 things. Rotate through them constantly. You want to know how to create content? Talk about the things that you like to talk about. Stop trying to be someone that you don't want to be, because no one cares about what you don't care about. They can tell. Talk about the things that you're excited about. Talk about the things that get you excited. Talk about the hard things that you've gone through and how that has taught you a new lesson of resilience or dedication or consistency. Talk about the things that you care about. Get on live for no reason at all, without any pre-plan, and talk about something. Talk about something that you care about. Talk about a lesson that you took from a book that you're reading. Inspire people. And then offer them a sale. Offer them an opportunity to work with you, because people are watching and they're waiting for you to ask them to join you. They're waiting for you to reach out to them. Every time someone watches the story, that's an opportunity to message them. Every time someone likes a post or comments on a post, that's an opportunity to have an authentic conversation. That may lead to a sale, may lead to a referral. Every time someone engages on what you're doing, that is a yes, that's a green light go. The other thing that we do in my business, we do green light messages. Anytime you see someone on your little messenger box that has a green light, you shoot them a message, a word of encouragement. Hey, thinking of you. Is there anything I can, help you with this week? Check in with your people. Check in with your people's people. Check in with your mom's people's people. Add value. Encourage people. Most of what you should be doing every single day is not asking for a sale. It's encouraging people. It's starting authentic conversations. And then going in with an intention to serve them. What are the problems that you can solve? Make a list of your problems. How can you solve those? There's more content right there. That's how I create all of my content. Filling your mind every single day. Read 10 pages of a nonfiction book and complete it. Share the lessons that you're learning from that book. If you're doing some kind of study, share a lesson that you learned from a study. 99% of all of my content comes from someone else's stuff. Comes from reading a book and then regurgitating the information. Comes from teaching a lesson that I learned through being taught by someone else. That was long, but I hope this blessed you. I will post a recording if you want to watch and listen to me again, you can. And I will try to find that Rachel Hollis vision video. It's my favorite. It's kind of long-winded, but it's good. And it really encourages you to dig deep into what it is that you want with no limits, no limitations. Oh, here's the last thing. I listen to Andy Frizelia, which if you're sensitive to cuss words, he's not the one to follow because he uses the F word a lot. But he is the one that created the 75 Hard Challenge. You can find him on Instagram. I listen to his podcast. He's very intense, but he's very real and he's honest. And he said, the people that give up are the ones that let their routines numb their hunger. They fade away because it became boring. That's true. Your vision will become boring if you don't give yourselves ways to remind yourself that I make this terrible grammar, but if you don't figure out ways to continue to inspire yourself, if you don't bring on people that you're sharing this vision with, one of the most important things I do as a coach is I share vision over. I'm going to do I have 2 more calls, vision casting calls, just like this, right after we're done. Share that vision over and over and over again. Put it on your social media. Share that vision over and over again. Only 4% of your friends list will actually see what you're doing. So keep sharing it. But I love you, ladies. Thank you for letting me pour into you today. We will take comments in the ambassador message thread, and I will share the marketing calendar with you guys. But I hope you have a blessed Monday. Bye, y'all.